Hey yo, what's up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to the LAFC career. After last episode, which didn't go too well, if you saw that, we're out of the US Open Cup, so that's disappointing because I really wanted to make a good run at the US Open Cup this year. We only made it to the quarterfinal, which is the furthest we've been in this series in 3 tries. Not a great showing for us in that competition, but the good news is we can now just focus on securing the top spot in the Western Conference and possibly the top spot overall in MLS heading into the playoffs. And our lead has slipped a little bit after the last one, so we're down to an 8-point advantage over Vancouver, but we do have 2 games in hand, plus we play Vancouver towards the end of this season, in the last month of the season, so we definitely control our own destiny in the Western Conference. For the Supporter Shield, Columbus is right there. NYCFC is not too far behind, but we also have a game in hand over both of them as well. So, as long as we pick up our points, we should be able to secure the top spot. So we head off to Portland for the first one today. Portland's actually a team that's in pretty good form. They're up to 8th place in the West, still 8 points out of a playoff spot though. We're rolling with our first choice starting 11. We're rested. We're ready to go. Come on, boys. I'd really love to pick up 3 points here in Portland. All right, here we go. Kickoff at Providence Park. And Portland's one of the teams that have a very, very changed lineup since the start of this series. As a matter of fact, their entire midfield, don't even know who most of them are. Now, we're 20 minutes into this thing. Portland have had literally no possession on the ball, like nothing. They have not touched the ball so far in this game, other than just clear it long. So we're doing a great job of holding the ball. We're just not doing a great job of creating any chances. But here comes Calderon, cutting it back for Evans, who turns it onto his right foot. Brett Evans, that shot was absolutely horrific. We've actually passed the ball extremely well. There's plenty of space in there and options. We're just not doing a good job of creating good chances as Calderon holds that up. Evans now for Herrera for Carlos Vela on his left foot. That's how you score with Carlos Vela. You cut it in and then hammer it near post with his left foot. He's not missing. He converts those at a very high percentage. There's the opening goal, and it's freaking well deserved. We've absolutely smothered Portland in this first half. We have a free kick here towards the end of the first half. I'm going to put this just in a dangerous spot. Get some good power on it. It's in there. It falls. It's off the side netting by Christian Ramirez. That actually almost worked. All right, off the corner, it falls out here to Herrera, and then Herrera passes it to the wrong team. And again, that's what Portland's offense has been right there. There's no reason to kick that ball long. They actually got a turnover with us having numbers pushed forward, and then they just kick it out of the back for no reason. That is the second time in this game from a goal kick that Portland has played it short and then cleared it out of bounds. I don't know what Portland is doing in this game. I've never seen a team play this badly and just have no concept of offense at all. That ball's through for Julian Green, and what a miss by Julian! I just brought him into the game because Brett Evans hasn't been able to hit the broadside of a barn, and Julian Green absolutely shanks it. And that is going to do it. 1-0. Let me show you the stats from that game, because I'm still baffled about how we only scored 1 goal. It's actually ridiculous. 17 shots, 8 on target, 1 shot for Portland. I've never seen a team play like Portland did in that game. They just kicked the ball long every single possession. Not one time did they actually try to put together a couple of passes. They were horrific, but our finishing was just as bad. I mean, that should have been like 8-0. So we move on now to play New England, and we do have a debut to talk about here. It is Daiber Bernal. I actually signed him out of free agency. With the loss of Moutinho at left back, we only had Calderon. He's tired, needs a rest. I have no one else, so I had to go get a left back. He's actually not bad. He's technically a center back, but he's left-footed, has decent physicals. He's only 5'8" as well, so I'm never going to play him at center back. But I think he can do a job over there, so he's going to play there. Park is going to play at center back. I mean, we're on short rest. We're scrapping for players at this point, but New England's in 10th place. Last episode, we lost to 10th place New York Red Bulls, 10th place RSL, and now we have this. So we'll see how this goes. So the danger man for New England is Juan Agudelo. He's actually one of the top scorers in the league this year, so we definitely going to have to keep our eye on him. Wow, Diego Rossi's in acres of space. What a run by Rossi. Rossi across. There's a tap in for Julian Green. And actually, we had a little bit of time left in the transfer window when we started this episode. We got an offer for Julian Green from, I think, Valencia. Or no, it was Villarreal. It was Villarreal in Spain. But I didn't sell him. And that's because he plays almost every game, whether it's as a sub or as a spot starter. He plays every game, and I still really like him. And there he is again, popping up in a big spot. They're kind of running everything through Agudelo on this side, and finally we step in and cut that out. But we're not doing a good job of clearing the ball today. That's a bit worrisome. K gets nutmegged. Okay, New England are just walking through us at this point. And there's another big tackle from them. And Miller actually has to tip that over the bar. Okay, then. Bernal, Rossi. Flicked around the corner for Herrera. That's some great play there. Herrera coming forward. Playing it for Green. Green for... Wow, Gerard Pena-Herrero. He kind of scuffed that shot. But it ended up in as like an accidental chip. And it works. So we'll take it. It's 2-0. Passing for us has been shambolic in this one. I don't know what the hell's going on. But we got them all to work right that time. And we're 2-0 up over New England. Oi. Bernal, what a read by Bernal. He's going to go for Julian Green. 2 for Julian Green in this one. That was a mistake by New England. Just a sloppy touch. And Bernal was all over it. Great play by our debutant. 3-0 at New England. Or we're at home, but 3-0 over New England. Vera in there for Green, who's on a hat trick. Trying to make something happen. Plays it to Benzai, who's coming backwards for Herrera. Lays it for Julian Green. Another great shot by Julian Green. He's looking for that hat trick, man. Hayes coming forward. Oh, we kind of messed it up. Gets it out wide for Benzai. Benzai keeps it. Oh, God. Oh, he's still on it. Benzai. Oh, we were looking for GPH. He was just standing there wide open. We just couldn't get the ball to him. You know, Benzai has had a good game, too. Man, everyone's played well in this game. That is the end of this one. 3-0, another dominant performance. Although, New England played better than Portland did, for sure. They actually passed the ball around and created some opportunities. We've just been fantastic today. So straight into the next one we go. We're away at San Jose. And they're actually a good team this year. They're in 4th place, looking to lock down a playoff spot with only 6 or 7 games left in the regular season. And for this one, I'm going to stick with Bernal at left back. Calderon has been kind of meh at times. Bernal played well. So with that left back spot very much a question mark heading into the playoffs, I want to see what Bernal can do. So we'll give him an extended run out here. And the rest of the team, except for Diego Rossi, who just desperately needs a rest, is going to be the first choice starting 11. All right, kickoff here in San Jose. And something I actually didn't know going into this game is that Carlos Vela is in the race for the Golden Boot. Last year, if you remember, it was Christian Ramirez and Hulk just running away with things in that competition. But right now, Vela is just a few goals, I think, behind. What in the hell is Tyler Miller doing? Vela's just a few goals behind Jossie Zardes. So we'll see if we can't help our guy out here today. Goes far side for Benzai. Benzai back for Ramirez. Oh, I thought he scored. He should have scored. He should at least put that on target. Corner for LAFC. Vela to take it. Deliver that thing into Herrera, who actually can get up for those. Corice. Corice hits the outside of the post. What a technique. What a shot by Corice. An absolute laser beam on the half volley. All right, second half here. We dominated the first half. Can we find a goal, though? I mean, we should be able to find one here. No, I'm going to go for Carlos Vela. Carlos Vela! Ooh! Fingertip save! Wow! All right, we have a corner after that Carlos Vela attempt. He delivers the corner as well! It's off the underside of the crossbar and back out. Vela on it again. Back in there for Benzai! It's off the post! We hit the post twice in one play, and that's the 3rd time in the game we've hit the post. Are you serious? Vela, what the hell did he just do? In there for Evans. Evans for Herrera. Herrera back in for Evans. There's the goal. Exquisite play from our midfielders. And it's Brett Evans finally breaking the deadlock on the 60-minute mark. And it's 1-0 LAFC. Ooh, boys. Nice ball up here for Bernal. Bernal spotting. Well, that was supposed to be to Brett Evans anyway. It does eventually get there. Good control by Evans. For Vela. Takes it on his left foot. It is disgusting. It is filth. And that is Carlos Vela on his left foot. 2-0 LAFC. The old Iron Robin special. Just cut it on your left foot and have a go. And Vela does it better than anybody in the league. All right, Pacheco. Look at all the space in here. We're just going to keep going. Oh, Mark Anthony. He hasn't scored in a very long time, and that's because most of his shots have looked like that recently. Ball that wide. Eriksen's pass deflects to Hosen. That was actually... What have been these passes today by the CPU? I don't understand. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. That pass. Whew, the shot misses. I think that was Godoy on the shot as well. Wow, we made a bad mistake. It was Godoy. What a bad pass out of the back. What a ball up for Vela. And Pacheco on the overlap. I mean, there's almost no opposition in there for us. Pacheco cuts it back. It's in there. It's going to... Wow, what? We actually missed that. And that should be... It actually stays in. It actually stays in, and we still have it here. It's a cross. Now it's in. It's 3-0. I don't even... Don't ask. I don't know. And that is the final whistle straight after that goal. It was a goal, I think. Whatever. It's another 3-0 result for LAFC, and I don't know what happened last episode, but we're absolutely just steamrolling teams now. So after the 3 games today that we thoroughly dominated, we are now 16 points clear of Vancouver in the Western Conference. With 6 games left to play, that's all but done. We're pretty much a lock for the top seed in the West. The Supporter Shield's still a little bit closer. Columbus is 7 points back, but they only have 4 games left. We have 6. We're fully in control of that one as well. So we have 2 games left in September. We have Philadelphia, who are in 10th place, I believe, in the East, and then we have Dallas, who are in 7th in the West. Let's sim those 2 games. See where we're at the start of October, and then we might sim the rest of the season, and then we can start the playoffs next episode. So first game up here against Philly. We'll be on the road for this one, but we are at full strength. Actually, I think Andrew Michaels is back from injury. I know he returned to training. I should probably check to see if he can actually come back yet. So we'll check on that after this one. And a 1-1 draw. Vela missed the pen. K scored again. K's back on the score sheet. That's always a good sign for us. So as it turns out, Andrew Michaels is back from injury. So now we go into this one at home against Dallas, truly back to full strength. And that should probably see us clinch everything here pretty soon. Vela scores early, 3-1 at home. Gerard Pena-Herrera, who got the start in this one and has scored twice in this episode, to Ramirez's 0. I'm still not sure Ramirez was the right call there. He scores as well, and now, yeah, we win 3-1. That striker position, it's a conundrum. So the Western Conference is a wrap as we head into October. We're like 18 points clear now or something. The Supporter Shield... We need 1 point to clinch it, so I think we're going to be okay. Let's just go ahead, sim the rest of the season, and we can start the playoffs next episode. So we're away at Vancouver. They're in 2nd place in the West. No, we're at home against Vancouver. I totally forgot where we were playing this, but we get the win nonetheless. Mark Anthony K, I told you, when he starts scoring goals, this team is just freaking lethal. With the last 3 games of the season, we're going to give some of the other players some time to play and try to just avoid injuries heading into the playoffs. This game actually comes on short rest, so it's kind of a good time to rotate anyway. We're away at last place Sporting Kansas City. Lamine Benzai, who could have a huge role next season, but we'll see what happens with Rossi. He gets the scoring started, and Julian Green scores yet again, and we beat Kansas City. 2 games left to play now. We're away at Houston, who I believe are in a playoff position. The only starters in there are Christian Ramirez, just because I'm giving him some more playing time, and then Carlos Vela because he's in the Golden Boot chase. He's 3 behind Zardes. I don't think he's going to catch him, but we'll see what he can do in here. We actually lose a game, finally, and Christian Ramirez scores the goal. So I don't think Vela's winning that Golden Boot this year. And for the last game of the regular season... You were seeing that correctly. Joe Bendik will be in goal for LAFC. Minnesota's fighting for one of the last playoff spots in the West. I figure I still got a soft spot in my heart for Minnesota. I'll give them a chance. You know, I'll put Bendik in goal, give them some free goals. Hopefully they make the playoffs. So let's run it. We have a full reserve lineup in there in front of Bendik, with the exception, I think Pacheco, but you know, whatever. We'll see what Minnesota can do. That's not surprising. Ibarra scores early. They actually don't even win. Well, that's on Minnesota. I can't do anything about that. Fuentes gets hurt. That's why we ran a reserve lineup with the last game before the playoffs. So, whatever. That's okay. So with the regular season now over, let's take a look at the final standings in the East. Columbus takes the top spot on 69 points. NYCFC fought them tooth and nail all season, but just could not close the gap. They finished 2 points back. DC is just kind of adrift in third, not within striking distance of the top two, but no one was close to them to fight them for third place. Montreal finishes on 46 points, Chicago on 43, Atlanta, the last playoff team in the East, on 39, just ahead of New York Red Bulls, just because they had one more win. That's absolutely crazy. Those two teams, who are usually two of the top teams, are all the way down there now at season 3. Toronto finishes 8th, Orlando finished last, New England, and then Philadelphia, and then there is Orlando. In the West, we have the Supporter Shield winners and absolute dominant team out west now. It's LAFC with 75 points, 21 points clear of Vancouver in second place. Seattle, another Cascadia team there in third. Minnesota, there you go. They finished in fourth. They didn't even need the draw. They were going to make the playoffs regardless. Colorado and Giles Barnes. I swear if we end up facing Colorado again in the playoffs, I'm going to lose it. San Jose finishes in the last playoff spot. Portland misses out by 1 point, as does Houston. Dallas misses out by 2 points. Very tight Western Conference, at least for the playoff spots is concerned. I mean, Dallas only finished 3 points back of Minnesota in fourth. I mean, it was very, very close. RSL, LA Galaxy, and then there is Sporting in last. And the Golden Boot this season goes to Giassi Zardes with 17 goals. Unfortunately for Columbus, they didn't re-sign him because it's the MLS and FIFA, so why would they? So they're letting him walk for free at the end of the season, and they're also doing the same with Zach Steffen, so we'll see how good Columbus is next year. Although they did sign someone new in the transfer window. They're the only team that spent money in the last transfer window, and they brought in an Italian by the name of Gianluca Cabriari, I think his name is. He's pushing 30 at this point, but he is in the high 70s, I believe, so maybe he'll be a good replacement. And there's Carlos Vela and Tajuri Shradi right behind Zardes with 14 goals. So we almost had back-to-back Golden Boot winners for LAFC. So that is a wrap for the regular season here for season number 3. Here's a look at the playoff picture as we have the 1-game playoffs between these teams to see who moves on to the next round. We'll get into that next episode. Couple of interesting matchups in there, Colorado and Minnesota. Come on, Minnesota! And then San Jose and Seattle is actually a pretty good one as well. But we'll take care of that next episode. That's going to do it for this one. If you did enjoy it, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new. See when we come back for some more LAFC career. See ya.